Hey there, Dave here with another episode of The Unusual Things That Go On Around My House. So, I have this really ugly window, and I think it was put in so long ago that it's now considered historic. So, it looks like the carpenters that installed this thing were drunk when they did it, and it doesn't match the window beside it, but it does match some of the windows that were added upstairs. So I think that happened around the same time. Anyway, the thing is so ugly. And when I look out the window, there's this brick wall, and there used to be people that would just sit on the brick wall all day long. And part of the brick wall is falling off, and part of the road is sinking, and there's a hole in the road where water's washing in it. There's a big mud puddle out there, and people are always driving through the mud puddle with their car stereos blaring. And and the window was broken, and it had been fixed with tape. And is rotten at the bottom. And at the top of the window, the wall comes down and then goes out and it comes back over, and there's no overhang. And it looks like there was, instead of a wall and then adding a pipe, there was a pipe and then they built a wall around the pipe. So I've been looking at this. I covered it with plastic because so it wouldn't leak air, because the water's disintegrating all the running down the wall, disintegrating the siding. So I was like constantly looking at this going, this is just a dilemma. What am I going to do here? How am I going to fix this? So I thought, well, I'll just take the window out, and then I'll just have a view out the backyard, and I'll have a little more privacy on the side. So I covered it with plastic, and I needed a place to put pots and pans, because we've got lots and lots and lots of pots and pans and dishes and cups and pots and pans. So I put the pots and pans in these containers, those clear plastic bins, and stacked them over there in the corner in front of the ugly window. And the cat started climbing up the bins and looking out the back window. And there's this beautiful view out the back window, and the cat would just sit up there and be happy looking out the back window. Well, the cat is not supposed to go outside, but the other cat can go outside. So I would let the cat out that can go outside, and then I had to wait and check and look and let the cat back in after it came back up on the porch. So I fixed the cat door so that you could come in. You can't go out, but you can come in. And so I sat there and watched, and both of the cats tested the cat door and pawed and clawed at it, but they couldn't get out. So the cat that can't go out would go up and sit on top of the bins and look out the back window, but the cat that could go out and roam around. And so I was out back, and Cole was out there with me, and the cat that's not supposed to get out was out in the backyard. And I said, hey, Cole, can you put the cat back in and watch and see what's going on? See how it's, see what's going on with that door? So after a while, I go around to the back of the van, and there's the cat again outside in the backyard. The cat's not supposed to get out. And I said, Cole, how'd the cat get out? And he's standing right there where the cat door is and says, I don't know. So I put on my Sherlock Holmes hat, so to speak, and started thinking, as Sherlock Holmes said, when you've ruled out the obvious, what remains, no matter how unlikely, has to be it. So I was walking around to go in the front, because that's like an airlock for the cat, and we got two sets of doors. And as I was walking by, I noticed a piece of glass in the driveway, and I looked up, and there at the ugly window was missing a piece of glass about the size that a cat could get through. So I got curious and I noticed that the plastic on the inside had been torn open. So I got the ladder out and I started pulling the glass out. And the cat came over and there was a bin at just exactly the right height. And the cat was sitting on the bin taking a very keen interest in what I was doing. So as I walked away, the cat came and jumped out onto the ledge outside. And Cole was right there and was able to catch the cat and take the cat inside. And we got the glass back in and started testing the door again. And it turns out the door was working just fine. There was never anything wrong with the door. So I came down in the kitchen the next morning and the sunrise was coming through that window. And it was just beautiful. Beautiful orange glowing sunshine coming right through the ugly window. And that's when I realized the cat had made a very good home improvement decision. We should keep that window. Now, in order to do that, I should really replace it with a nice matching window, and I might have to get permission to do that. But if I do, I think I should list the cat as the chief project manager, because after all, it was the cat's idea. Anyway, this has been Dave saying be good to others. Hooray for home improvement inspired by cats. Until we meet again, go in peace.